Hello. Our next word is sequence. Sequence. And my dictionary explains that a sequence is when you have an order of things that come after each other, one after each other, in a particular pattern, a particular sequence. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a basic sequence of numbers. Or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The sequence of the days of the week, the order of the days of the week. So that's what a sequence is. It's an order. It's a pattern of things. And you can also talk about the sequence of events, meaning the order in which something happens, like a day at school. You'll have a sequence for that. Maybe you get up, get dressed, have breakfast, brush your teeth, walk to school. When you get to school, you'll have another sequence to follow. You'll have a timetable. And that's a sequence because it shows the order of lessons, the sequence of lessons during the day. So thinking about the sound structure of the word sequence. Sequence, 2 claps, sequence, sequence. We can have another look at the sound structure when I show the word map. And like with some other words in this series, it might be helpful to think of an action or a gesture to accompany the word. The British Sign Language sign for sequence, and I really apologise to any fluent BSL users for the quality of my signing here, is this. Sequence. So you might want to use that. Sequence to help you remember the word, or you could come up with your own gesture. Okay, so let's look at the word in a bit more detail using our word map. Here's the word sequence in the middle of our word map, starting as we always do with the sound structure. So sequence, we know, begins with an S sound, and it's just got 2 syllables, 2 claps. Sequence, sequence. Green for the meaning. You've talked about sequence being about an order or a pattern. So you've got things that are going in a particular order, a particular pattern, a particular sequence. Maybe you might have a series of events. So we're always looking at order, pattern, series. It's not random, there's a sequence to this. Blue for when would we use this word? Well, you will come across sequences all the time. If you think about school, your timetable, that is a sequence. It's a sequence of what you are going to do, a sequence of lessons. So a timetable is a sequence of lessons at school. Also thinking about school in science, you might have to follow a sequence of steps, a sequence of actions in an experiment. If the sequence isn't followed correctly, then maybe the experiment won't work. Grey for another way. How else might we hear, read, say this word? Well, if we've got more than one sequence, we have sequences. And if we're busy putting things into a sequence, then we are sequencing. And if we've finished putting things into an order, into a pattern, we have sequenced them. So other ways you might hear or read the word: sequences, sequencing, sequenced, and there is our word map. Like in my last video, I'm also going to ask you a couple of questions to make you think about the word sequence. So firstly, look at these numbers. what's the sequence? What's the pattern here? 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. And once you've worked that out, think about your perfect day, the best day you could imagine. What would happen and in what order? What would the sequence of your day be? I'll finish with a word learning activity. This one is from Elklan. They call it word connections, and you can see an example of it here for the word transparent. So all you do is you put the word you've been working on in the middle, here transparent, and surrounding it you write other words, some of which are connected to transparent and some of which aren't connected. If a word is connected, you draw a line and you would explain that connection. So if you drew a line from glass to transparent, you'd explain that glass is connected to transparent because glass is transparent. You can see through it. You can see through to the other side. If a word isn't connected to transparent, then I would ask students to just scrub that one out, cross that one out to make it clear that it's not connected. So let's try our own one of those for sequence. Around the word here, here's the word. Around here I will write some other words. Let's have oxygen and limit, maybe series. How about forest, rough, order, discover, and pattern. So I would work my way around this, looking for words that are connected with sequence. Well, oxygen isn't directly related to sequence, and neither is limit. But series is. You can have a series of events making a sequence. And you'd go round like that. So I'll leave you to work the rest of this out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.